Liverpool are favourites going into the Carabao Cup Final against Chelsea. Jurgen Klopp said that his side might not necessarily be the favourite to win it. However, it doesn't change the fact that they are. Here is what the coach had to say. He said that, no, they're not the favourites to win it. Sorry, it's Mauricio Pochettino with the response here. Here's what he had to say about Klopp saying
sure,
that.
okay?
I'm sure.
Okay.
He's one of the best, with Pep, coaches on the world. And he's clever enough, and he knows that when you arrive and you play a final, always circumstances can happen. And of course, I think if they are not the favorite, we are not the favorite. It's a final that you cannot say is a favorite. If he said that, for me, is Liverpool a favorite because after I think 8 years, you know, and in the last few years they have the experience to compete like a team and be involved in different finals. And I think for many our players are not only new in this competition in Premier League, in the Carabao Cup, if not for some of them is maybe the first final, you know. That is why make favorite them, under my opinion, but he's clever enough to say, okay, 50-50.
Clever stuff. We got a little percentage for him there as well. He's clever enough to say 50-50. Jan, how important is experience? How important is that factor going into this final there?
Well, you can ask Klopp about that because when he came to Liverpool, he had an image, or also at Liverpool, to lose finals, and that he got the experience winning them, and now they going into a final, of course, as favourites, because it seems that Liverpool, when Salah was gone, when they got injuries on key players, they still managed to get that into, to get them unified, to get them into a team that sticks together. So they will be favourites against Chelsea. But I think that is a situation or a position that Pochettino finds himself. That is a good challenge for him, a good basic for him to go into a final, because Liverpool got to win it, and Liverpool will lose it. Let's say it that way, and Chelsea can only win it. So and there are enough good players. I mean, they spent like a fortune to get that team together. There's enough players in there, good enough players to win a final. But I'm Pochettino. Liverpool are big favourites.
Both teams have injuries going into this, but Stevie, there's late calls to be made on Mo Salah, Darwin Núñez and Dominic Szoboszlai. How worried are you if these players don't start?
Well, they won't. I can't imagine any of them will start. I think it would be reckless. You know, we always talk about, well, if it's a cup final, then you take a chance. But the problem is, it's not the FA Cup final, which is the last game of the season. And so when you're going for a Champions League title, you're sitting top of the Premier League, you are not going to take a chance on any of those three guys in the Carabao Cup, regardless if it's the final. So Liverpool will be playing with what we would term an understrength side, but at the same time, they are still favourites. And they're still favourites because regardless of whether it's the young guys that play or people like Gakpo start and Gravenberg, Liverpool know what they're about. They know what they're trying to do. Everybody knows the position. Everybody knows the job they're expected to do. They are a unit. You saw them against Luton, the way they came back. They're a team. They're a squad. They're together. Everything they do is for each other. These are all things that you can't say about Chelsea. Chelsea have a couple of good results because they've defended for their lives. And they've only done it a couple of times all season. So it's a big ask for Chelsea to defend the way they did, particularly against City, and then to go forward and create and score a lot of goals, which they've struggled to do all season. So yes, Liverpool are favourites, but Chelsea have got talent.
People may not realise that, but when he said if Wimbledon can beat Liverpool in a final, then Chelsea can as well, the hands got really tense.
Yeah.
If Liverpool can lose to
Wimbledon were in minibuses on the way to that final. They were in their big shiny coach and everything.
The mere mention of it.
I think something Stevie said there in regards to Liverpool knowing who they are and having an identity, regardless of who's on the field. That's very true. The other thing that I think is important to recognize here is that Liverpool has a standard. This version of Liverpool has a standard that they have to meet every time that they play, because of the expectations that are placed upon this group, regardless of who's on the field. Chelsea standard just changes by the weekend. One day we think, oh, maybe. And then the next week, it's like, oh, no, thanks, no, thank you, no, not this team. And then the next week they show up and defend well, and you're like, here we go. It's a standard that goes up and down. For Liverpool, that standard doesn't change, doesn't waver. And the players that are going to be on the field, whoever they may be for Liverpool, are expected to perform at that standard. And if they do, Liverpool should be favourites and should be winning this competition.
And,
well, if
and
you are
for
betting...
younger viewers, John Aldridge missed the penalty. Loris Sanchez got the winner for Wimbledon, and that was one of the biggest upset ever in the final. It's not the biggest upset in the world if Chelsea win on Sunday.
Yeah.
So Steve is sorry about that.
Stevie's forgotten about it, so all is well.
He's turned the page.
Yeah, thanks for bringing it up again.
Yeah, he's turned the page. He hasn't thought about it once.
He hasn't thought about it once at all. When it came to predictions, everyone's going for Liverpool, so that probably tells you all at home that you might as well go for Chelsea.
Oh, okay, all right. Oh, look at us.
Yeah.
Make sure to be with the guys this weekend for the Carabao Cup Final. It is Chelsea against Liverpool on Sunday, 9 Eastern, for all the build-up to that big game.